What will the cascading effect if something happens in Strait of Hormuz?
So that'll be huge. The international impact will be immense. Then the oil prices will spike, commodities move through that, oil moves through that, energy of all kinds, gas moves through that.
What will the cascading effect if something happens in Strait of Hormuz?
So that'll be huge. If though US was very cautious to put a destroyer fleet and also a shallow water destroyer fleet, because there's Iranian waters are shallow near its coast. So it has put both the kinds of fleet to combat any attempt by Iran to either do missile strikes on moving merchant ships. US has been very cautious to not make it into an economic impact. However, if Iran is able to close down or even temporarily close down or slow down the traffic at Gulf of Hormuz or the Strait of Hormuz, the international impact will be immense. Then the oil prices will spike, commodities move through that, oil moves through that, energy of all kinds, gas moves through that. And that would have a huge impact, at least in the short run, on global markets. You will see that impact tomorrow when the stock market opens on the 2nd of March. We'll definitely probably see oil prices being very extremely volatile. We may also see precious metal, which are sort of cushion for any conflict. Also, their prices rise. All those things are there, but these are all temporary factors because this war is not a war of two equals. We know who's going to win this war. We know who's going to lose this war. And it's only a matter of on what terms this war ends.
Do you see American boots on ground in Iran?
Unlikely. That would lead to a lot of American blood on Iranian ground, and I don't think right now we are in a position. There's no justification to do that, unless Iran does something truly dastardly. Suppose Iran does a small-scale nuclear strike, even a dirty bomb, which is not a perfect nuclear bomb, but it basically is a radiation bomb. Unless Iran does something of that sort for which it is clearly held responsible, I don't see why there would be a justification by the US Congress. See, the US Congress will come into action within this week, and Trump's hands would increasingly be tied. And he's already got his targets. He was talking about, removing the leadership. And the American lingo, it seems like, the leadership has been removed. So why are you fighting anymore? So now the pressure of the American Congress on Trump would be to find a negotiation on this rather than an escalation on this, unless Iran makes a mistake. Now, very interestingly, if you've seen, Iran has done so many strikes, but the casualty figures because of Iranian strikes have been limited. I don't think it is because of a lack of Iranian precision, but it is exactly due to Iranian precision, where they are not trying to target, massive civilian areas. It's more like a threat rather than an actual sort of a shoot to kill logic right now.
One last question, Mr. Singh. How long you see this conflict panning out?
I think, Iran has already got its back against the wall. It's lost its supreme leader. It's lost its IRGC chief. It's in a position of where it's transitioning now from one supreme leader to another. There's an imminent threat. The Bazaris architecturing a coup. There's an imminent threat. The Republican Guards might take over the government. So Iran is in a bit of stress. I don't think Iran would like this war to continue any longer, and it needs a breathing space. Trump, on the other hand, also would not like this war to continue because he wants to run away with a victory. He's killed the leader. Now, there's no more thing which he can get. The next thing is regime change, which looks unlikely right now. So Trump has got his basically his golden goal.